Camouflage, deceive, shoot. Welcome back, my name is Vanessa from Wild Bushcraft. In this video I want to talk about wildlife animal photography, equipment, how you are prepared and how you can make it right. I work for several weeks at a photo and video about wildlife animals, and mostly it is not easy to photograph the wildlife animals because they are pretty shy and you had to know at which places you found them. So when you see a photo, most people don't know how much work is behind this photo or this video. And today I will take you with me, show you my equipment, show you how I work, how I prepare myself and the places. And yeah, we will take a look into the wildlife photography work. For good videos and photos, a good camera is necessary. I use always Sony cameras, but I know every photographer has his own favorite camera brand. Mine is Sony. So at first I want to show you my different cameras, but only short and not in detail, because this should be not a boring technique video. Let's start with my heart piece. Okay, in this combination it is not my heart piece because my best camera is the camera which is actually filming me. So this here is a Sony Alpha 3 with a 2-600 objective, and I work always in difficult, rough areas, so most of my cameras have such a small rig case around. If they fall, sometimes they wouldn't be damaged. Closer is better. This is most in wildlife photography. So I have here before the objective and in front of the camera a teleconverter, which bring the animals closer to me. So I have not only 200-600 with this objective, I have together in this combination 1200. This combination of the three components could be good, but had not always to be good, because when the light is not perfect, it could be that you had to work a lot intern with the camera, and it can be also that the picture is not really sharp. So if the light conditions are not so good, I just can put them away and I can work only in this combination of this both tools. A camera with objective in this size can be very hard to hold the whole time. At first I thought, oh, I can work without a stative, without a tripod. I just can sit down, then I am very flexible. But it is so hard to hold it the whole time. I am always shaking, so I have a good tripod with me. This here is a Rollei carbon tripod, and I have here a gimbal head, which then I can make pretty soft movement and complete silent. This here is the smaller objective. It goes from 70 till 200, and this here is a Sony Alpha 2 camera. I can move this camera also very often, and I use here also a Rollei tripod. You can see at the first sight that this blue color from the tripod is not really good for wildlife photography, because the color will shine through every background. So you can buy special tripods for wildlife photography, or you can cover it with, like I, with such camouflage cotton, or like here at the objective, this is self-holding cotton, which I can put here around. It fit very good, so it is low cost and also works great. I am really a Sony fan, but I can't understand what they thought about the color of these big objectives, because normal Sony objectives are black colored, but these big ones are white, and white is not good for outdoors, not for wildlife photography, so I had to cover them both. This here is something that I bought, and this here is self-made. This here is my heart piece. This is the Sony Alpha 4. With this camera I filmed this film, only this scene not. So with this camera I make all my outdoor films, but of course she's also great for the wildlife photography. So this here is an all-rounder. At this camera there is a 24-105 objective, and like you can see here, there's also a small rig case around the camera. This is necessary for my outdoor tours. And at the top I have a handle, and at the side also a wooden handle. This is for better views, for better film views, and also for carry at my outdoor trips. At home I have also an old Alpha 7-1 with a 24-250 tele objective. So with this I can also zoom very good. This is a pretty old camera, my first high-priced camera. It works also today, but it had a really loud sound when I make photos, so because of this I use it not for wildlife photography. I have 3 other Sony cameras, but they are not really useful for wildlife photography. For example, the Sony Z41, this is the blogger cam, but I can't use them outdoors for wildlife photography, so I don't have to show them. And of course, these are a lot of cameras. You know, there's always a better technique, and when you want to have perfect films and perfect photos, you buy from time to time another one, and you can't get so much money for used technique. So if you sell one of this camera, you would get only a small price for them. So then I thought I better have them at my own and don't sell them. I have for every use bag for the cameras. So this here is a backpack for wildlife photography. This tough case here is for the car if I had to drive longer. This here is only for the camera with the big objective, and this here the leader bag is when I also put all my stuff in the car and then I just carry the cameras. Here in the leader bag is a night camera. With this camera I can check out my area, because often I came to the photograph point when it is dark in the night, and then I prepare myself with the camouflage, and with this night sea camera I can check out the area if there are some animals there or not. This night sea camera can also take photos and make videos, and you will see them in the wildlife photography video. For them I work for several weeks now. I know that some wildlife photographers use drones to film or take photos from the animals, because you can fly pretty close to them and they doesn't feel afraid. I have also a DJI drone, but I don't use it for this because I prefer to take photos without knowing, that the animals doesn't know that I am there, and I just sitting anywhere between the trees and watch them. And with the drone it is some kind of interruption, and I doesn't like that. I hate cleaning the cameras, but it is necessary. So I have always some cleaning stuff with me. Yesterday I was in a creek, and there is a combination from earthware and sand, so maybe you can know how the camera looks. So it is really necessary that I have this stuff with me. That was the technique, but of course you doesn't need only good technique for wildlife photography, and we will show now the other parts. To the places which are close to my hometown, I drive only with the bike, because with the bike I can drive closer to the places, and in combination with the bike trailer it is perfect because I can put all my stuff inside here, and then I let stand the bike at the end of the forest, just cover it with camouflage, and then I can go by my feet into the woods. Here in the bike trailer are some small equipment and tools. This here is a rain poncho when the weather is not so good. Then I have here a solar power bank and GPS if I am around in unknown areas, or when I see a good spot for take photos. For example, when there are a lot of wild boar tracks, I can mark the spot, and then I know the next time where I had to go. Then I use this tool often in the last days because I was out for wild chickens and they are so good covered, and with this I see them better. So, and then I have here a walkie-talkie. When I'm outside with a companion, we often sit not close together, one sit there and the second one sit far away, and when you can see, for example, a group of deers, they are coming slowly to the other photographer, you can tell them silent that the other is prepared. Then a knife, if I had to fix a wildlife camera and there is no tree around, and a tablet to read the cards of the wildlife cameras. Next I show you the area where I'm actually take photos, because there are also my wildlife cameras and my camouflage tent. Home sweet home. No, this is a joke. I have here in the middle of the woods my camouflage tent, and I hope that I can see from the tent out the animals and take photos of them. But if you have such a tent and you fix it in the woods, you have to wait for several days or weeks till the animals feel safe in this place again. So they see this tent and they know they changed something, and this could be dangerous. And after a few weeks they feel complete safe there, because then the tent is normal for them. So this is like someone had a piece of wood collected together and covered it with a tent, with a tarp. So the animals doesn't feel safe there also, but after a few days it is normal. And of course you have to ask, if you put a tent like this in the middle of the woods, if you are not the owner, So I am very happy that I know all the hunters here and the forest owners. So I know the best places because the hunter knows where are the most animals, and I am also allowed to put the tent there. Before I fix the tent here, I check out the closer area if there are some tracks or some wildlife paths. And I think this place is pretty good because I have a wide view that I can make good photos, and there are many tracks around and there are some paths around the tent. So this could be a good point. So this tent here is for a better movement when you are out for take photos, because of course you can sit also in camouflage clothes, but every movement that you take can the animals see. So into this tent you can choose which area you use for your photos, and you can move normal but silent inside here. I have here at every side windows, and I can cover them with camouflage, close them complete or have them complete open like I want. I have one there upside and also here down for example a mouse or something else. So, and there is also this silver shining plane here inside. This is that the light, if you have to use light inside, stay inside of the tent. So with normal tents, when you have a flashlight or something else inside, it shimmers and you can see it from outside there is light. And with this silver lining there, the light stay inside. This tent has an integrated tent ground, but you can also make it outside, and I make the decision that I want to have this camouflage tent, this camouflage top here at the ground. It is cotton, and I check the ground that there are no leaves and no branches, because every noise will make the wildlife animals afraid. And that I can sit there in a comfy position. I have here this walk stool inside. I can choose between different sizes, and then I can reach the photograph open air there in the tent. Very cozy. When the animals feel safe here again and use their normal ways, I will spend the night there, that I can make photos in the evening hours, and then I sleep there for a few hours and use the morning hours to make good photos. The tent is complete waterproof, so it is complete dry inside, and you can see that the tent top is a little bit longer than the inlet, so you can have your objective outside when it rains and it will stay dry. Behind the camera is a meadow where all the animals came outside in the darkness. So there is a close forest part, and upside there again the trees are standing there very, very close together, and these are the places where the animals are over the day. And here you can see this kind of meadow in the middle of the forest. These are perfect conditions for me to take photos, because I have here an open field, and the animals came from this part to this and again from this to this, so they are crossing very often. This here is the background. Behind there is the meadow, and here between the forest is also not so easy to see through, so the animals feel safe there, and I hope that they get slowly from point A to B, because everywhere around the forest is very dark and they can feel safe there, because it is impossible to watch through these areas, so I hope they go pretty slowly that I can take good photos. It is also good to know where the sun is during the day. So there is south, and this means that I have here good light conditions over the day because the sun had the right point. Find out where good spots for photography are can need a lot of time if you have to sit at different points at different days and just watch the animals. Where are they? Where walk they? So I use the easy way to have several wildlife cameras. I have low price and high price wildlife cameras, and I have different spots. For example, at meadows and at wildlife paths, so I can find out which kind of animals are there and how many. You know, when I use a product or when I have a sponsored product which is not good, I tell you it. So, and now I have such a product. This here are SpyPoint wildlife cameras, and they send a photo that they take directly to the mobile phone. So the animal is there, and a few seconds later it sent the photo. So, and you have to pay for the photos, and this camera sent me a lot of photos without anything on it. So 80% of all the photos that I get to my mobile phone is complete empty. There's no animal. And if you take a photo with an animal, the photos are so bad that you can not really see which kind of animals should that be. So they are too bright. It is impossible to see anything clear. And of course, if you fix a camera like this, you had to look that there are no branches or no grasses in front which are moving while wind is going. So the camera thinks there's this moving from an animal, and they take a photo, but there was nothing. I have no idea why I have so much photos with nothing on it. And of course, I changed also the options of the cameras, but it happened again, so I have no idea. That such wildlife cameras can also work pretty good, the low price and the high price cameras that I want to show you now. This camera is a good example that you doesn't have to buy cameras that cost so much, because this here cost about 60 euros and it makes photos and videos in a very good quality. I have 3 of them at 3 different points, and they are really good. I show you now pictures from this wildlife cameras that you can see it yourself that they have a high quality and make good photos with a low price. This here is my best camera, but also the higher prices camera. This is Seiziger, and it makes photos and videos, which it sends me directly to my mobile phone and to my email. And they have a really high photo and video quality. So the low price cameras are also good, but this year have a higher quality at the photos and videos. I will show you also some pictures and videos from the Seiziger camera, but of course only a few of them, because I collect all those images and videos for my wildlife photography series. Here in the background you can see why the animals love to be there. You can see the forest there is really dark and the trees stand close together, and these are areas where not many humans are, so the animals feel safe there. And I want to go inside of these places because the animals need space where they can feel really safe, and I don't want to interrupt. And when you came outside here, you can see the meadow where my tent is. And when they feel safe, when they feel that the tent is safe, I can show them in their normal condition, because I don't want to interrupt the animals. I don't want that they have to run away. I want that they feel safe in my when they are close to me, and I can make photos like they are normal living. And next I want to talk about camouflage, because not everyone had the possibility of a camouflage tent. I know photographers which take only photos in parks because the animals know they're the humans and you can go very close to the animals. So there it is very easy to make photos because you can go there in your normal clothes and the animals came close to you. But I like it when it is a little bit difficult to make photos. So, and for this I need different camouflage clothes. You can cover yourself with camouflage cotton. I have here some different camouflage cottons in different colors. So if you are in the wood, you need a darker green and brown. If you are in the grass, you need something like this. So you have to choose the right color for your area. And I have also big ones like this here, which has a great color for meadows and forests. So you can fix them and sit behind them and choose the right point from where the wind comes, that the animals can't smell you. But you can also go very easy in camouflage clothes, put your camera also in camouflage, and then you are invisible. If you want to have an easy way to cover yourself, wear camouflage clothes. So you find them in hunter shops, and there are so many different clothes types. You can have something like this. It looks like I have leaves on me, or like my top. You can have a one-piece overall, or you can have a head, then on top and a trouser. You see before I have here something for my head. When I have this on, I can cover my whole head. This here is in front of my face and I can see through. So this is really, really good. And for me, this is the best kind of be invisible, because I just can take it on when I came into the forest and sit down somewhere. And if I find out this place is not so good, I just walk to the next place and I doesn't have to remove an camouflage cotton like this. So I can just walk and I can sit wherever I want. I forgot something important to tell you at the tent. So it could be that you need light when the sunlight is away or soon away. For example, the memory card of the camera is full, or you have to change the battery, or you lost something in the leaves, and when you came down there with your normal flashlight, the animals would run away. But there is the possibility of red light, because animals doesn't be afraid when they see red or green light. So you can see everything, but this light is better for the animals because they feel safe with this kind of light. Also with green light is often in slaughterhouses because this calms down the animals, and they feel safe with this color. So if you had to use light, use red or green light. I have a hand lamp and a headlamp, but of course if it is not necessary I don't use it. That was my preparations, my technique and my equipment. In the next part of this video series we will go out in the nature. I show you good places, I show you wildlife signs, and I show you of course my pictures and videos from the wildlife animals. So if you want, stay tuned. That was it. I hope we see us again in the next video. Have a good time. Bye!